Welcome to my channel, guys. Well, I'm out in the car because I'm going to go out and review a drone. So I'm taking a drone out right now, which is the JJRC X9 Heron. So this is one of these drones that everybody was super excited for. I know I was really excited for it, and I received it about a month ago, but I haven't had a chance to review it. Other people have reviewed it, and the reviews have been kind of mixed. Hopefully my review is positive. It actually has a 2-axis gimbal. Yeah, the drone costs just over $100, I think it is. I think it's over 100. Anyways, and it's got a 2-axis gimbal on it, so you know that's pretty decent for an inexpensive drone. It's got a 1080p camera at 30 frames per second with a micro SD card. It's got a 300-meter range. It's got 15 minutes of flight time, so it's almost like the DJI Spark. It's got optical flow. I've flown it indoors, and it flies just amazing indoors. And I looked at the picture quality indoors, and the picture quality, I would say for 1080p, it's above average on the 1080p scale. So I'm hoping today it's going to do well because it's really windy out here. Doesn't that look like a DJI Spark? Well, apparently this here is a rebranding of like a Seafly Dream drone, which is a different price range. This one's not very expensive. It's got a 2-axis gimbal right here. So on a day like today where it's really windy, you know, the image should actually be decent for a change. Although it is pretty cold. What's my little, it says it's minus 10 degrees Celsius. So yeah, that's pretty cold. So maybe the gimbal's going to freeze up and everything. But I do have flight footage of this flying indoors, and it's freaking amazing. It flies so well indoors because it's got a little positioning sensor on the bottom. You can see it back here. So optical flow is really good. It stays really steady. Now outdoors it's going to be a bit of a problem because, well, it's snow and the ground is different and there's wind, so it's going to get blown all over the place. It does have GPS though, and it's got a different type of connection system. So when I take my phone on the app, I actually connect to the controller or the drone. You have a choice, just like with the DJI Spark. So if you connect to the controller, it's supposed to increase your range, but it still only shows a range of maybe about 300 meters for this thing. So I'm not really sure what it does. Maybe if you just use your phone, you only get 100 meters. That would be my guess. Oh, and I should mention also that your video signal is the 5 gigahertz network. So you need a tablet or a cell phone from the last 4 years at least that has the Wi-Fi protocol, the 802.11 AC protocol, which is 5 gigahertz. So, and a lot of people, I don't know why they get mixed up with that. When you see on drones and it says 5G, this is not a cell tower. It's not expecting you to have a cell phone that is 5G that connects to like cell data 5G. They're talking about Wi-Fi, which is different than cell data. So this is 5 gigahertz. But before I take it out for a flight, I want to show you how good the camera is on this. So I'm going to show you two things. I'm going to show you a quick unboxing to show you what you get in the package. The charger for this is really cool. It's really, you know, like it looks like a professional charger for a low, inexpensive cost drone. And the second thing I want to show you is flying it indoors. You'll see me flying it indoors. I do a camera test indoors. And I do that all the time because when you fly these drones out in the cold, like where I am in Canada right now, winter, they do not behave the same. They're not designed to fly in the cold. And when that happens, these little motors go funny. It gets vibrations. The gimbals all freeze up. So a lot of people will look and say, ooh, it's got jello, or the images are bouncing all over the place. So always look at the indoor test first. Make your decision on how the camera looks, the color quality, the image quality, the stability of the drone before you decide on this camera based on what you see outdoors here, which is totally different. Flying it in the winter, vice flying it maybe in your neck of the woods, which might be summer and warm, because this will fly just like indoors then. So enough of me talking. Let's get on to the unboxing, the indoor flight, and then the outdoor flight. And now a quick unboxing of the JJRC Heron. This here has a stabilized camera, brushless motors, nice controller, and if I flip it this way, here's the features of the drone. It says follow me, return to home, point of interest, low battery, return to home, flight time is 15 minutes per battery, FPV real-time transmission, 1080p camera, and a fail-safe drone, which means that if it goes out of range or the controller turns off or the battery's low, it is coming back to home. First thing in the box is the X9 quick start guide. Very short, 1, 2, 3, 4 double-sided pages. Next item in the box is the drone itself. The drone itself feels really good in the hands. Well, let's take a quick look at it. It's got very tiny brushless motors, which is nice, foldable props, nothing on the top, and if I flip it to the bottom, it does actually have a little positioning sensor right here, which is a nice touch. And you can see it's sort of designed like a Spark, the way the battery attaches. And you got LED lights here on the bottom. And on the front is the biggest thing everybody wants to know about. There's your 1080p camera. And it actually has a real gimbal. It goes this way, and it goes this way. And it has some dampening. So Yeah, I'm interested to see what the video on that looks like. You've probably already seen it, but if not, well, then we're all interested. Next thing in the box you get is right here. This is an attachment for your phone. Then we slide off this technically challenging piece of foam so we can see what's underneath. All right, so they made the battery charger look kind of like the battery. And of course, it just plops on there and you charge it up. And oh, look at that. It takes a plug that will go into your wall. Did they give me the right plug? Because I am in North America. Yes, I have a North American plug. And I guess the USB here is to charge up the controller, because these controllers, I've used them before, and the USB plug is right there. So let's just take a look at this really quick. They've put gold coloring on the actual controller for the actual items. Interesting. So you have your joysticks here. You have nothing on the back. This is a USB charged up device. Here is your mode, so you can go into GPS mode or out of GPS mode. That's your return to home. That's your power button. If I hit it on, this thing is dead. There is no power. That's your takeoff. That's your land. That's your photo and video button, and that's pretty much it. It's a very simple device. It feels really good in the hand. And if you're wondering about the battery, this little thing is actually a 3-cell battery. So I'm kind of impressed with that. A 3-cell battery means it's got like over 11 volts of power, which is a lot of power in a drone that size. That's pretty interesting. There is an extra spot down here, so I assume you can buy this with 2 batteries. 1, 2, but I only got 1 battery with mine. And finally, you get spare props right here. And look, if you live in a different part of the world, you get an adapter for the plug to turn it into, I think that's a European plug, and you get a little metal Allen key so you can take the props on and off. I'm curious how much power is in the battery. Let me push it. Whoa, is that full? Here's the drone and here's the battery. I'm gonna put it together, and I swear I just put a DJI Spark in my hands. Look at this. Even the back looks like a Spark. The side looks like a Spark. Everything looks like a DJI Spark, except there's no obstacle avoidance sensors here. A few missing sensors on the bottom, but check this out. Even the back, remember the little flippy up thing on the Spark? You have a USB slot, and you have right here a micro SD card spot. Anyways, that's pretty neat. Obviously, somebody built this to be just like the DJI Spark, and yeah, it's the affordable version. Well, enough jibber jabber, let's weigh it. Does it weigh as much as a Spark? Holy crap, look at that. It's 257 grams with the battery. You could get away with the below 250 grams with this here drone, because my scale could be off. So I would say someone built a nice drone that's probably the 250 or less grams drone, and yeah, you can go fly this. You won't need any sort of registration or anything. Pretty sweet. And a 1080p camera to boot. And now we're going to do the indoor flight test of this here drone to see how well it flies indoors. It is a GPS drone, and it's a pretty sweet drone at that. But you can fly it indoors, and it's almost like the DJI Spark in many regards, how stable it is. We're going to try it in here in my tiny little area. Got my little GoPro hat, so when I put this hat on, you'll see what I see. Here we go. All right, power on the drone, double click, listen to the beautiful music, and let that finish. As soon as that finishes, then we can go and put on our controller. Watch this. So hold this down, turn that on. You'll know when you're connected when your actual camera works. See my little camera over here? There's a little dial on the side. So if I put my hand here, I can show you. If I turn this, see, I'm turning it. The camera's not working, so we're not connected. So let's see, waiting, 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 eventually to start working. Click, come on. I'm just turning the little dial. Eventually my camera will start to move up and down. There we go. So now my controller is connected with the drone. All right, just in case I haven't shown you this before, in another part of the video, you have a choice of connecting your phone to the drone or connecting your phone to the controller. If you're gonna fly for a long distance, connect it to the controller and use the controller. So let me just pick the one that says controller. Even though I'm in the house, I'm not going to fly for a long distance, but I am going to control the drone with the controller. Now, before we fly it indoors, first thing you have to do is over here, you have the M button. That's your mode. So we want to push that down and make it go to one red light. That means we're in indoor, no GPS. You could actually fly it outdoors with no GPS too, but we don't need a GPS indoors because it just won't work. Next, on the app itself, let's do the gyro calibration. There we go, calibrate the gyro. And it's calibrating, and we're done. Now you can fly indoors. Let's pull these out. Starts up. You'll see it's a very smooth takeoff. Pick it up. And there we go. There's the drone itself right there. Pretty stable. And how is the image, the video image? So for flying indoors, it's a really easy drone to fly indoors since it's pretty stable. Let's bring the drone way back so we get a nice wide view. How's that look way back here? pretty smooth flying, that's for sure. Here's the camera. I'm going to scroll the camera downwards. They're looking down at the floor. There's my hand. Let's bring it down for a nice landing. Nice and smooth, coming down, over, and all the way down. There we go. And there we go. That was indoors. It's a pretty sweet drone so far. It says I have 10 satellites already. That was fast. Fingers crossed. Let's see if the GPS works. Is it going to blow away or stay right there? Check that out. Look at the wind is just howling. Let me go up. Look, it's blowing my whole pad. Okay. That definitely has GPS working. So my drone does not have an issue. It's working perfect. The wind is howling from this way. And look at it. So let me show you the picture quality on here. Let me hop in front. Like I said, indoors it's got, my drone is on an angle. It's all tilted, out of kilter here. And yeah, so here I am right here. And it's staying pretty straight. It's even doing some weird crap movements there. I don't think the battery's going to last long because it already says I'm at 60% with the cold. But here, let me just show you this quickly. I'll fly it out. There we go. How's that footage? I got to take it away up. I'm killing the battery here. I'm bringing it back this way and I'll bring it back to me. How's that footage? And then I'll put it right there and I'll have it tilt the camera down. It's got a nice gimbal on it. I'm coming down quick because I am freezing out here. So already this here drone gets top marks for GPS and it also gets top marks for stability. Let me just bring it down. Oh my God, that wind is so blowing. All right. Okay, next thing. Let's do this really quick. Sun's that way, so let me put you over on this side. It's so small. This is not designed to fly in the wind, but it's doing a good job. So I'm gonna go track, which is follow me. Okay, so it's got up there. Let's see if she works. Are you gonna follow me? I'm going this way. Track, 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 track. Is it coming? Tell me it's coming. There it is. It followed me. Let's see if it goes backwards. Going backwards, backwards, backwards. Oh my God, it even goes backwards. Oh, can you feel that wind? Can you hear it? Oh my God, my teeth are freezing. All right, so we know that works. And position, orbit. There we go. So on these drones, orbit mode, I don't know if you can see it up there. It's just spinning around. It's up to me to set the radius now that it's going. So I'm gonna put the radius back here. Way to hell back there. And there we go. So there it goes. It's gonna orbit. I gotta get over here. Here, I'll put the camera down so you can see me. I'm looking up. It's too cold for me to look up. There we go. So there's the orbit mode. It's going around. Oh, here, I'll bring it down so I'm more in the center. Going over that tree. So on the orbit mode, you just tell it to orbit. It spins in a 360 and then you just adjust the radius by flying it backwards to the radius you want. So that's it. And there goes my landing pad blowing in the wind. All right, let's get out of that. This is a super fast review. I'm sorry, guys. Here, let me bring the camera back up. Okay, I'm taking it over into a big field. I'm going up to the lights. Gotta go take a look at these lights in the field. There we go. This is the football field. I'm going over here by the lights. And how's that look? Try not to hit the lights. And we're gonna do a return to home because it is too cold out here to keep on flying. So you can see what this thing sees. It's pretty decent. All right, let's go return to home. Where is it? There it is. Got the beepies going. All right, come on back. Don't fly to China. I don't even have a clue where it is anymore because it's just so cold. My eyelids are frozen here. Where is it? There it is. Hi. Holy cow. It's just going right against the wind nicely. Look at that thing go. Holy crap. Look at that. It's just spinning in the air. It literally spun, rotated before it even came to a stop to come down. I've never seen that before. That is the coolest thing. All right, there it is. So now my landing pad is here, but that's because the wind blew it. It was actually over here someplace. So let me help you out, drone. All right, right there. I don't have a clue where you are. Let's just throw that there. All right, going down. Here, let me get that in there for you. There you go. I'm helping you out here with the landing pad. Land on it. Do something. All right. Okay, these fingers are frozen. Look at that. They're not even the right color anymore. All right, that's done. What am I at for battery power? It says I'm at 60% battery power, so I must have goofed up before when I said I was at 60. Maybe it was at 80, and I thought it was at 60. All right, a lot of people always ask about photos, so since I'm frozen out here in time, I'm going to put the camera on me. All right, I'm going to try a photo. There we go, I think that worked. Oh, that's too cold out there. Much too cold. All right, so here we go. Let's just say I was like massively impressed with this drone. This is freaking awesome. I love this thing. It's super windy out. It's very tiny. It handled well in the wind. Now let me tell you the best thing about this. This thing weighs 250 grams, which means that if you take off little rubber feet or something on the bottom or anything, you're going to be at 249 grams. So you can fly this without any of those weird drone regulations and have a lot of fun. Yeah, so you have a 2-axis gimbal GPS drone to fly all over the place. Pretty darn decent. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm going to put links below to where you can find this drone. I think it's really good. It's one of my favorites now since it performs so well. Can't wait till the summertime to try it out. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.